The Crown Prince family of Norway visit the Children's and Youth Clinic in Oslo. Grand Duke Henri of Luxembourg delivers his traditional Christmas speech in Luxembourg City. And King Philippe of the Belgians gives an uplifting Christmas and New Year speech in Brussels. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Alexandra, and this is your Royal Daily News for December 24th, 2022. In Oslo, their Royal Highnesses Crown Prince Haakon and Crown Princess Mette-Marit of Norway, along with Her Royal Highness Princess Ingrid Alexandra of Norway, visited the Children's and Youth Clinic at the National Hospital. The purpose of today's visit was to meet with the young patients and their families, nurses and doctors, as well as to spread some holiday cheer and smiles. Moreover, to bring Christmas baskets to the patients and staff filled with freshly baked muffins, cookies, chocolates, and other Christmas sweets from the Royal Palace kitchen. Upon their arrival, the Crown Prince family was welcomed by the manager of the National Hospital's Children's and Youth Clinic, Miss Ellen Rund, and the Norwegian Girls' Choir, who sang Christmas carols for their family. The Crown Princely family began their visit in the neonatal intensive care unit, where they met with a family in one of the patient rooms. Thereafter, they visited the Children's Cancer Ward, where they met with families and patients. The Crown Prince family also spent time with nurses, doctors, volunteers, and hospital administrative staff. When asked about today's visit, the Crown Princess replied, quote, "It will be a slightly different Christmas here at the hospital. We were allowed to come around and not least to thank the staff for their important work they do, not only on Christmas Eve, but also for the rest of the year." End quote. Crown Prince Haakon concluded by wishing everyone a very Merry Christmas. Meanwhile, their Royal Highnesses Crown Princess Victoria and Prince Daniel of Sweden, accompanied by their two children, Her Royal Highness Princess Estelle of Sweden and His Royal Highness Prince Oscar of Sweden, visited the Tags Depot in Bromma to wish the hard-working staff a very Merry Christmas. In Stockholm, the Swedish royal court released a new photo of their Majesties King Carl Gustaf and Queen Silvia of Sweden with a simple message, quote, "Merry Christmas," end quote. In Brussels, His Majesty King Philippe of the Belgians delivered his traditional Christmas and New Year speech from Château de Laeken. In his uplifting speech, His Majesty the King looked back at the year 2022, a year which, quote, "has tested and upset us all," end quote. His Majesty also spoke about the war in Ukraine, the severe energy crisis, inflation, climate change, and loneliness. However, His Majesty's speech was not all doom and gloom. No, in fact, he actually decided to look on the bright side of life. He spoke about the importance of looking out for one another, solidarity, and kindness. Quote, "More than ever, every act we take, however small, every gesture of kindness, every attention to the planet makes a difference. This should give us courage and hope. Ladies and gentlemen, the Queen and I hope that your new year will bring us peace in the world, in Europe, in our society, and in our hearts. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year," end quote. If you're interested in reading His Majesty's speech in its entirety, it is available in English in the description box below. Meanwhile, the Cour Grand Ducal released His Royal Highness Grand Duke Henri of Luxembourg's Christmas and New Year video speech this evening. The Grand Duke, speaking from the Palais Grand Ducal in Luxembourg City, spoke about the war in Ukraine, the rising cost of living, the energy crisis in Europe, and the environment. The Grand Duke also spoke about the events happening in Iran and Afghanistan. Grand Duke Henri ended his 10-minute speech by reminding everyone that a new year is coming and that there's still hope for a positive and peaceful future. Quote, "A new year is coming. We don't know what it will be made of, but I am sure that all of us, Luxembourgers, our foreign fellow citizens, and all of those who, from our neighboring countries, who come to work daily in the Grand Duchy, that we will continue together to defend our model of society. This is our duty and also a commitment to future generations. In this spirit, the Grand Duchess and the Hereditary Grand Duke Guillaume and the Hereditary Grand Duchess Stephanie of Luxembourg, along with Prince Charles and all of our children, join me in wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and our warmest wishes for 2023. End quote. In Belgrade, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Alexandra of Serbia released his traditional Christmas message from the royal palace. In his message, the Crown Prince said, quote, "Although times are difficult, the birth of our Lord gives us hope, as it always did through centuries. Hope that, united in the wishes for peace and prosperity of the entire civilization, all good people around the world will make it possible that the future becomes better, that peace and love will prevail and be victorious. Above all, my family and I wish you good health, much prosperity, and happiness." End quote. Meanwhile, their Royal Highnesses, Prince Emanuele Filiberto and Princess Clotilde of Savoy, released their annual Christmas card. In their Christmas message, the Prince and Princess said, quote, "We wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year." And finally, another Christmas card, this time from the Grand Ducal House of Mecklenburg-Strelitz. They released their, Christmas card with a message that I'm pretty sure you know what it's going to say. If you don't, it says, "Merry Christmas and Happy New Year." And there you have it. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow on Christmas Day with all the latest royal news. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful Christmas Eve and a great Christmas Day tomorrow. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, Merry Christmas, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.